Welcome, Divine. Let's talk. Let's talk the twin flame journey. The most amazing journey that's happening right now on earth that most of the people around you have no idea of. Why is it that you can start this journey with a person in mind and you can get on this journey and determine that might not be the person for you? Or someone else might come along and it's, how did you get my twin energy? Because you are the twin. You get a better them or a new them. You are the twin. You're able to tap into the twin flame energy, that power energy. But that power energy comes through life trials and tribulations. See, whenever you determine that the twin that you thought was going to be your twin for this journey isn't the twin, or whenever you decide to lay that journey down with that person and say, Divine, if it's so, then I'll allow you to do whatever. That is when you take on this soul journey. And it's deep. And it's wild. And it can be painful. But it is so rewarding. I too began the twin flame journey years ago. Man, I even tried to sit and kind of calculate it, and I am going to do it. I'm going to put even more about my journey in that April and May course down below, that bundle that has all those extended readings in it. I'm going to put the details of my journey as much as I can remember there. But one of the significant times for me was around 2011. Now, granted, many things happened before that, but I was really into the twin flame journey at that time period. I began to learn shortly after that. Right after I did a stint in extreme religion. And when I say that is that I was birthed out of Christianity. But not only was I birthed out of Christianity, I did a stint in which I went back, and I was everything. I was running the bookstore, the women's ministry. I was inviting people to church, and I even did a Christian book study in my home. I think we were doing Battlefield of the Mind with Joyce Myers at the time. Woo! Did it bring out quite a few things. But after that period of time, I began to learn about the twin flame journey because I began to get lighter. And of course, I did a transition. I did a transition out of church at that time period. And during a transition out of church, I became lighter. And I began to get even more insights, even more downloads. Dreams began heavy. And I began to seek out even more and more direction. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. You'll get that by the end of the month. But in this quick vid, I just wanted to let you know that at that time period, the twin that I began the twin flame journey with, and I looked for a blog that I wrote. That's so funny because it was my blog that I wrote about the twin flame journey right before I determined that I had no more use for the twin flame journey. Man, and I want the years on that blog, but it was somewhere between, I'd say maybe 2013, 2015 or so that I wrote that blog, kind of defining out the journey for me. And right then I was saying that twin that I saw as being my counterpart, my complement at that time, I discovered was absolutely not. And then I tapped more and more into me, and I became a powerhouse in my field. And that is when I began to God, there's so many details there. I can't wait to tell you about it. But moving on, because we're going to keep this brief and short. But the point is that I took my career path to a different level at that time period. I went in. Woo! And boy, did I go on a soul journey that I will never forget. It got dark. It got dark. And then it got so light and so bright that I can't seem to find myself buried in darkness for long at all. In fact, I go in and I tap and see what's happening with it. And then I'm just like, that's enough there. I have clarity. I have clarity because I determined and I learned who I was. I learned that I was the twin. And then, of course, there was someone else that matched my vibration. And then I determined, even more so deeply, I learned that I was the twin. And I no longer had that fear of losing a person or identifying any of my well-being according to another human being. That my peace was in me. My joy was in me. My clarity came from the position and alignment of myself. And that's a freedom that I'll never give away. Never. And then I learned that it allows me to love, and it shines a light of attraction so bright to me that I don't have to chase a thing. That the divine that I see in me is the divine that is seen in me. And it is truly like a moth to a flame. And your only work is to be that flame. So if you find yourself at that point in time where you're a little bit confused about this journey, you don't understand how I thought it was them and what happened with all those people that were positioned in your life and the transitions, welcome to the soul journey. This is a ride of your life that you will never forget. Things of the old have passed away. And things of the new, you'll find soon that being blue is not a part of your new DNA code. If you're having any struggles with this, I wrote a book. My book is not like the typical book. My book is not that you read my words and you take it in. It's not giving you any type of facts. It is the true journey of reflecting on self, going inward, looking at practical day-to-day life here on the physical plane in earth, because that's what it's about. Not a 5D relationship and above. Don't get me wrong. That is the energy that you hold to anchor in a relationship here on the physical earth plane. Yeah, and you stand in that light, very, very bright. But the book, as I was telling you about, Generation Holds to Gold, Judi walk. Judi took that walk. She questioned many things from her appearance to her relationship. So what does it mean for the energies to show up in different bodies and sexuality? And then discovering within self and breaking those parental boundaries and bonds and blueprints and understanding the love within themselves and what this love journey and soul journey really is about. It also has passages after every download that is written. There's a passage for yours because it is for your higher self to talk to you. And everyone who gives me feedback says one thing only. You wrote this, and this is what came out of me about my journey. It is to give you clarity. It is to give you healing. And it is to broaden your perspective. Universal perspective. There is not a set way to live this life. Your journey is to discover your set blueprint and way to live this life. And it is the only way that you're going to fly high and succeed here. This is a beautiful journey. Yes, it comes with all types of rewards. divine rewards. Yes, you get your person, but this isn't about a relationship like the old 3D structure. You're creating a new relationship. And when you understand that paradigm, that person comes in, when you understand that no one comes before you, no one comes above you, then you'll have the person that aligns with you. The golden mission is union. Union within self, then union with others. Thank you all for rocking with me. What an amazing year. 1 year on YouTube. I received the announcements of the analytics on yesterday. Thank you. We have scaled this journey. If you followed me, you should know who you are and what you are here to do. We are getting ready to scale into different waves of energy and frequency. You are ready now. You are ready. You'll see new content on the Twin channel where you'll see me, Dr. Letitia Ray. I am a metaphysician. I am also a licensed clinician. And I was also trained to teach counselors. Well, guess what? I am now a guide of guides. We don't deter too far off. We just have to have clarity and awareness of the journey that we've always been taking on. You will also see that there will be updates to the Twin Flame Divine Union course. You'll also see that this channel will be breaking down into about 3 playlists, which is the Karmic Cycle, Transmutation, and then Divine Union, because those are the only functions. We have done it. We've done it live. We are ready. This video aired almost 10 months ago. That's how ready we are. Those of you who saw it, those of you who are in the Divine Union Success course, that's how ready you are.